Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are. We're joined today by Ihunanyachi Thompson, all the way from Nigeria. Without further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself.
All right. Good afternoon. I'm Ihunanyachi. I'm the co-founder of Uso Media. Nice to have you guys.
Great, thank you. Thank you for joining. I know it's probably the afternoon over where you're at. Thank you for joining us on a busy day. How's everything going? How are you doing?
All right. Everything is going well, Ayan. Nice to have you on this call. I'm very much excited to go on with this conversation.
Awesome. So a little bit for our listeners at GrowthAmp, we're helping IT service providers scale their revenue and grow their business. Always learning from industry leaders like yourself. And the goal for the podcast is to explore how IT leaders are navigating challenges, discuss the technologies at play, as well as generating some thought leadership for current and future industry leaders. For some of our first time listeners, I just want to frame the podcast for you guys. Before we dive in, here's how this call will go. We'll start with useful media, or I guess Ihunyachi's journey and the company background, and what industry trends he's seeing, as well as discussing any current challenges and some 6 to 12 month near term, short, long term goals, as well as any other impacts that the challenges are having on his business. So let's get started.
All right.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your role as a CEO and how does it fit into the big picture here at Useful Media?
Okay. My role as a CEO is largely about direction and clarity. I focus more on the vision and understanding the customer pain points and making sure that we build actual product that solves real operational problems. I'm deeply also involved in strategy partnership and ensuring the team stays aligned with why we are building doxflowy and the other products that we have in our catalog. Also, a little bit of hands-on on the technical aspect because I'm also a software engineer.
Great. Yes, that's awesome. So you gave a little bit of a teaser there, so let's dive in a little bit more. Tell us a little bit about how Useful Media was born and describe your journey from your first product or platform to where you guys are today.
Okay, this is a story, right? That I would like to tell every single time. On how Useful Media was born. Useful Media was actually born out of a simple idea, right? To build product that solve real operational problems. I myself, I'm really interested in building product that's because of my profession as a software engineer. So I've been really involved in building product that solve real problems. So our first product, which was Useful PDF, it started as a focused solution to a very specific pain point around handling and managing PDFs more efficiently. Yes, as it grew, we realized how widespread the problem was, and eventually Useful PDF was acquired by Bonsai Technology. Along the line, I think currently Bonsai Technology is actually being acquired by Zoom. I think that's currently going on. So that experience was a pivotal point for us on building Useful PDF and then seeing it being acquired by, when you build something and you see someone else comes and say, oh, this is valuable, I want to buy it. You're
Yeah,
building something
absolutely.
good. Yeah. So it gave us a first-hand insight into how broken document workflows are for businesses, not just PDFs, but the entire life cycle of creating, editing, approving, and signing documents. We saw that most teams were stitching together multiple tools just to get one process done. Going on and on, with all of that, we decided to jump in to build doxflowy. So doxflowy was built as a direction, as a direct response rather to that insight, right? So instead of solving one small part of the problem, we decided to, make sure that teams don't have to use several tools just to get something, just one thing done. So we went in, we taught the whole process, and then we came into a workflow automation process that would solve all the problems in one place. So today, that will represent the evolution of what we learned, moving from a single purpose to a platform designed to automate and streamline how business handle documents end to end. Though when we built Useful PDF, we built in signing, e-signing into it, right? But Right now, we think that e-signing is just one part of the process. So now doxflowy handles end to end, making document not just a file, but a work.
A workflow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because the doing it the old way, I guess, is a lot more time consuming, right? With having to get contracts prepared, and then you have to figure out the governance behind how to get signatures and the right order of signatures
Yes.
to
So
execute.
we put that all into one. Right now, signatures are actually automated. When documents are created, it's all automated.
Wow, that's great. And so beyond the doxflowy, tell us a little bit about what else. When you and I talked earlier, you mentioned you were working on a few things, and you already have a suite of products. So for our
Yeah.
listeners, that'd be great to
Sure,
share.
sure. Oh, like I said earlier, I'm experienced in building products. So while we are building doxflowy, we still have other products that's currently doing numbers, right? Like QuickVid. Yeah, QuickVid, it's an AI video generation platform. They can generate UGC videos, UGC demo videos, all kind of videos that you can use. Actually, what QuickVid does is actually for creators, QuickVid can automate your creation process. So you can go from zero to live on social media. And also we are also currently building Pario.
Mhm.
Pario is what Pario does is it's also AI based, but it's more powerful than QuickVid. Like Pario is just integrating all types of AI models, LLM, all of them in one place where you don't have to pay so much. If you need APIs, if you're a builder and you want Pario, you want APIs, Pario can do that. If you're a creator, you're creating and you want to create videos, you want to create whatever. If you want to use chats, any of them, Gemini, ChatGPT, Cloud, all in one place. You don't have to go everywhere. Like I said, in social media, our main goal is to make sure that businesses focus on the business and not all the tools that they have to use to run the business. So we'll put everything in one place.
Sure. Yeah, so it essentially takes the focus, I guess, keeps the focus of those running the business on running the business
Yes,
instead of how to navigate through the tools. Is that accurate?
that's very accurate.
Okay, that's great. So tell us a little bit about what a typical day looks like for you.
A typical day for do I is there really there is no typical day. There is no typical day, right? But most days revolve around product decisions, customer feedback and execution, mainly execution, right? So but I spend time reviewing workflows. I'm talking to users, right? I also I am hands-on on customer feedback because I like to get I like to see customer feedback because that's what drive my decision making in making sure that we deliver the right product for the customers. So talking to users, refining our roadmap and aligning the team, right? That's a typical day for me. And but a big part of my days also revolves around thinking, you know, taking a step back to make sure that we're building for where the market is going, not just where it is today.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think this next one is going to be very important for some aspiring founders that are coming out of Africa. So, what is it like to be a Nigerian founder owning a business in the US? Let's talk about that.
This part is wow. It's difficult, but we are doing it. So it's not impossible,
All
right?
right.
Yeah, it's difficult because okay, let me just tell a short story. A few months back, Mercury updated their Mercury is a banking platform in the US
Mhm.
um that helps remote founders set up banking accounts, right? So Mercury updated their policy and then it had issues with Nigerians, right? A lot of people came on social media and said a lot of things, but they said no, they aren't going to do anything about it. That means in 30 days our accounts are going to be terminated, and then we won't have a way to get our money out of Stripe and then continue running our business and all of that good stuff. So that's one of the difficulty that we faced at the time, and then we started running looking for a banking finance company that can actually help us out. It took us a while. We actually found a way out and sorted everything out. I can't mention brand names here right now, but it worked out after all. But that's one of the difficulties, right, of being a Nigerian founder. And then another difficulty is your tax. So I'm not a tax specialist and I don't know so much about the US tax system at the time. one of the difficulty is you have to learn, you have to ask questions, you have to, and then if you really, really, really want to save your time, outsource it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because you're not in the tax business. You're in the tools business.
Exactly. So, so that's what we do. We outsource it and we get all those sorted out. For the Nigerian founders out there, what I would advise you, or what I would tell you, or my my takeaway for you is that it's not impossible, right? You can run your company very well right here in Nigeria. I'm still in Nigeria actually, and I haven't never been to the US, so it's not impossible. You can do that, but one thing you should make sure you should focus on your business, running your business, and not trying to solve problems that other businesses can solve.
Yeah, absolutely. Because your business's problems are your business's problems. Yeah. No, that's great. Thank you. In terms of industry trends, right? What major shifts are you seeing in your industry right now?
The biggest shift is that documents are no longer treated as static files. Yeah, documents they are becoming workflows. Businesses want automation, and they want compliance, especially compliance, because compliance manual processes can damage your company by little errors here and there, human errors. But when you have automation set up, there are little errors, right? And the speed built directly into their document process. Businesses that want automation, that speed is it's very, very vital, right? It saves you money. The faster you can get something done as a business person, better for you. So there is also a strong push towards consolidating tools, right? Teams don't want 5 different platforms just to complete
Correct.
one project.
Correct.
So like I said earlier, Bonsai is also a productivity software, right? They acquired Useful PDF, and that gave us the validation that we're looking for in the industry. That the industry is growing really, really, really fast, right? So we jumped in. So that's the trend. The trend is basically that businesses don't want to deal with documents anymore. They want to deal with workflows and processes.
Sure. Just on that note, right? How does this stack up with some of the larger names out there, like a DocuSign? Uh,
Yeah,
how
that's a
is
good.
similar? How is it different?
Yeah, that's a good question. So a lot of people tend to ask these questions, like how what's different, or do we make between us and DocuSign and the other e-sign platform. I mentioned something earlier. I said e-sign is part of the process,
Huh?
right? It's part of the piece in the puzzle. Right now, there are so many processes are surrounding um, uh, documents. Talk about the real estate industry. They have a process to how they document.
Hmm.
We going right going to even the legal people have a way to document the processes. It's all about the process on how different teams deal with document processes, how they file documents, compliance, how they are complying with all the regulatories around them. The focus for us is not to solve one of the steps in the process. Focus for us is to consolidate all the processes. So that's the difference between us and DocuSign, which mostly it's all about e-signing.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So how has this, how has this trend impacted your business and your growth strategy?
Looking at the data I have, right? What the data that what businesses are actually looking for. The growth is massive. For my business currently, it has given us the insight that we are actually doing the right thing. We are going in the right direction, and that we are actually building for the future. That's the greatest impact the trend has given us, that we're building for the future.
Sure. No, that's in terms of the current state, right? What's working well for you and what's been a challenge?
The first challenge we faced, right, along the line, though I say that it's part of the puzzle, right? It's a piece in the puzzle, right? E-signing, but there's a lot of compliance regulation around it, right? So that was part of the challenge we faced. So to make sure that we, like the EU has, you know, all sort of regulations, and then US have its regulations, and we are in Nigeria. Nigeria also has its regulations and other parts of the country. So keeping up with all of that, it's a hurdle. But the other part of the puzzle, it's actually really not much of a compliance issue, right? That was the first challenge. Then I think mostly we face all the regular challenges that businesses face, which is getting users to actually use the product.
Yeah. And what's going well, I guess, from where you stand today?
For us, what's going well for us? We are building eh, how do I say, we are building in the right industry. Also, um, our cost of building is, it's not astronomical. We want, we are actually trying to be growing sustainably, not growing so fast that we can't, sustain ourselves. We want to like, our growth is very sustainable right now, and that's what's working well for us because we are growing sustainably.
That's good. Given that growth, right? What metrics are you most focused on improving?
How many teams we can automate their product, their process rather. That's our metrics to, we want to focus on that because with that we can, I think others can fall in place. We want to make sure that we automate more process for more teams.
Okay. What is your ideal customer look like?
You actually.
Me.
Yeah, you have documentation that you do, and some of them are repetitive, most of them. So as long as you have repetitive documentations, you're an ideal customer.
Okay.
And for the most part, the industry that we have seen a lot of growth in adapting to document automation are the legal industry and the real estate industry, and then some enterprise companies that their internal processes are really rigorous. So mostly.
Okay. That makes sense. Is there a particular size of company or a sweet spot of segment or sector that would be more appealing to you over for others?
Uh,
You can say you can pick like, small and medium scale businesses or large enterprise, or for that matter, you can pick a combination of these in certain areas, certain industries that are more documentation focused, like you mentioned, like real estate.
yeah. Well, can you ask the question again? Can you
So
ask the question?
in terms of, when we talk about your ideal customer,
Yeah.
you're looking at where can you land and expand, right? Because as a startup, you want to find a place where landing is secured, and then you can focus on how to grow yourself in that space. Is there certain industries or certain types of businesses, certain size of businesses that make more sense to term as your ideal customers? So, for example, real estate companies that employ 10 to 50 people, right?
Okay. Okay.
Broker,
Okay.
um, or
That's,
then, yeah, financial
yeah.
services, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand the question. Right. Okay. Yes. Talking about the teams that are actually ideal, it's more or less like if you have like 10 people in your team, right? And these 10 people put in like let's say 2 hours daily to work on repetitive documents, and then you can cut this hours to just zero by using doxflowy document automation, meaning that these 10 people can be put into doing more other things and be
Sure.
more productive, right?
Yeah.
So definitely teams that are having between 5 to, up there does repetitive documentation. They are ideal for us, and I think if the smaller the team, the faster we can onboard, because more of the complexity we face right now is onboarding enterprise teams. The higher complexity we face, onboarding enterprise team, because it takes more hours, to get all the documents, and then the members of these teams to being able to recreate these processes, because it's a process that you create one time and you don't have to create it again. But it is not, our focus is simplifying how these processes are being made. Where our docs really works, it's all about simplicity, making it simple, but making it simple to automate complex processes. That's what we do. That's exactly what doxflowy does. This size of teams from 5 and above, you should automate, right? That's the ideal team to use doxflowy.
Yeah. No, for sure. It kind of took me back a few years. During COVID, people had a lot of time on their hands and they were finding themselves, various ways to stay busy. So one of the things I did during COVID was I started flipping properties. And so in Texas, where I'm based, there's and this probably holds true for all other states as well. There's so many different contract forms, and it just became you had to basically become an expert on which form to use for what and what goes along with it, because it's not just one form. You have to accompany it with number two, number three, number four, depending on what you were doing, what type of transaction you were doing. So I think in terms of an ICP, if you find yourself looking for one, there's an example where if there's a workflow to be automated, right? Let's say there's somebody that is buying a house for wholesale and they need to make sure that they've got their bases covered. So if we automate that workflow and say, hey, you're going to need form number 1, 2, and 3, and then a front end that simplifies all the user inputs and streamlines it into the final output, uh, along with the workflow, that would
Mm-hmm.
be the scenario.
Yeah, yeah. So that brings me to the going back in time to useful PDF. Okay, I didn't give you a lot more details about how useful PDF actually worked. So for what you just said about you flipping properties, right? So for useful PDF, we had forms. We had all kinds of forms that you can download for free. And then we have also forms that you can actually fill a questionnaire. So if you want that form to be made directly for you, you fill up a questionnaire. And after you're done, then the form is generated. It's generated for you to use instantly. You don't need to do it. You don't need to go back and then use it. Just does that. That's where you need to pay like $1 for it, or you subscribe for $39 a month. So that's what used to PDF did. But now, what doxflowy is doing is much, much more better, right? Where we have templates like these forms. Also, you can actually go and fill out these forms in doxflowy or give it out to someone to fill out. So in your case, what you were doing, right? What you could have done with doxflowy is you have these forms that you use to flip. Maybe, for example, let's say bill of sale, right? And then put in the bill of sale in doxflowy. You put in the tags or variables. That's how we call it, tags or variables. And we generate a form for you. And you take this form link, you give it to a person that wants to make the purchase, they fill it, and then the document is generated, sent to them to sign, and you sign also, and that is it.
Very nice.
So that would have been very helpful for you back when you did that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, that sounds like a pretty neat concept. So I think, yeah, we'll definitely share links in the description of this video to make sure that people can go in and check it out. In terms of, let's talk a little bit about your future goals, right? Near term and long term. Where do you want to be in the next 6 to 12 months?
We are focused on improving enterprise onboarding. Actually, currently in the next 6 to 12 months, we want to expand the industry specific templates and making automation even more accessible to non-technical users. So we want to, like I said earlier, we have our biggest complexity right now in onboarding is onboarding enterprise users. So that's what to improve on that. We want to focus on improving that onboarding and expanding that industry specific because these are the people that actually need doxflowy more. Yes, that's currently our main focus. I don't know, more revenue.
Yeah, for sure. Longer term, what are you guys looking at for, let's say, 3 to 5 years from now? Where do you want to be as a company?
On a long term, we want doxflowy to be an operating layer for business documents where creation, automation, approval, and signatures all live in one place.
Uh-huh.
You know, so we want we want doxflowy to be a document workflow infrastructure for all kinds of businesses. So, like I said, we don't want documents to be called files anymore.
Yeah. No, that's great. So with that goal in mind, right? If you had a magic wand to fix one thing in your business that's holding you back from growth and scaling, what would that be?
I wanted to say two things, but but
Go
one
ahead.
thing can
You
one
can say two.
yeah. So if I had a magic one right now to fix, it's definitely marketing. How do I say marketing and sales? I think like a magic one for that is just because every other thing is taken care of, products, everything, market and sales.
But you want to expand that top of the funnel so you can start having more engagement and more conversations.
Yes, exactly.
No, that's great. Any other things you would say, I want to fix this as well?
Mm, Conversion is also something that we would really like to fix, because one of our strengths, right? One of our strengths in social media, it's actually traffic acquisition. So we actually know how to get traffic, get people to to see us,
Okay.
right? But
Okay.
that to sales is a difficult part. So if I want to fix, I think that's where I want to fix, because right now we are doing over 2,000, 3,000 users for QuickVid, right? But these are users, not customers, because we have like I think a free tier for few credits or so. So we are seeing the traffic come in. We're seeing the traffic come in, but the conversion is really not there the way we want it. So maybe we're not getting quality traffic. I don't know, but we are seeing it. We can get that in and all of that. So I think the part where we want that as a business, that magic wand to solve that problem is conversion, and then marketing and sales and conversion. I think those all work together. Marketing, sales, and conversion all work together. So
Yeah. So you're saying your traffic acquisition is good, but converting is a challenge.
yeah,
Making
yeah,
paying customers is where you guys are struggling.
yes.
Got it. No, this is great. Yeah, I've really enjoyed getting to know more about your business and what you guys do. So, if there's anything else that comes to mind, that you want to share with our listeners, by all means, do it.
Well, like I said earlier, in useful media, we're building product that solve real world problem. Currently, QuickVid is helping creators move from zero to live on social media. So you can automate your social media engagement. You can build YouTube channels, faceless YouTube channels using QuickVid. You can actually start up something this 2026, like you're getting to the year. Just
Yeah,
subscribing on QuickBid and using that to build your social media presence and then build something for yourself. So creators are currently using it. It's crazy. We have so much engagement right there.
yeah,
You can check us out at QuickBid the app. I think I have something for everyone that's going to watch this record. We're going to share that in the description, right? I'm going to share that with you, and something for everyone from
absolutely.
and also for doxflowy. So when you come in, you will come in with a cushion to get started. I don't know.
With regards to QuickVid, I was looking at it earlier, and does it work similar to a credit-based AI platform?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
you can purchase credits like from think $10 upwards, or you can make it easier for yourself and then subscribe for monthly or yearly subscription, which comes in a little more cheaper.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will share. I'll definitely share this with some of my friends in the AI space that are using UGC very heavily on, it's Sora or 11 Labs or
Mm.
other platforms. I'll definitely share this. And does it have any integration with 11 Labs or other voice providers that you can pull in custom voices and stuff?
Currently, we are not supporting custom voices yet, but that's coming. That's coming. Right now, as I'm speaking with you right now, we're shipping out caption videos. So you can upload a video, and we're going to help you caption the video, add B-rolls and all of that good stuff. And with no extra cost, still on your current subscription. So we're rolling out more features as we get more feedback from users, we roll out the features. So definitely we're going to add integration for custom voices, but we have a whole lot of I think we have over about 100 type voice types you can select from. Yeah.
Nice. That's good. No, this has been a great conversation, Ihunanyachi. This is definitely something new on the platform where we get platform creators to come in and talk about it. So it's definitely going to drive some more traffic to you. That's my sincere hope, as well as I'll share some of the links in the description. So thank you so much for your time and sharing these insights. I hope you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me. I'm not I'm not so much like I told you earlier. We had a conversation. I told you I'm learning how to say hi to the camera. So so it's a good thing that we're doing this. I hope to do it again. Probably invite some other person to have more conversations around how to make life easier for us business people, and share our ideas with each other and help everyone grow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.